Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me here. My name is Rodem. I'm GeoEdge's Vice President of Business Development, and I'm actually the downer session of the day because I'm going to talk to you about the risks and challenges within video ads that some of you already encountered, and some of you are going to encounter sooner than later. Green. Quickly about GeoEdge, we provide security and verification for the sales side of the industry, covering online, mobile, and video ads. I guess by this board, most of you are publishers, and I also guess by the fact that you came here that most of you are dealing already with video and video ads. So obviously, you can agree that video is here, it's big, it's here to stay, and it's growing bigger and bigger as time moves on. So we need to treat it seriously. This is actually correct for every type of digital ad. Users are getting less and less patient to bad experience, whether that's autoplay sound, whether that's bad creative, and it's our responsibility as an industry which makes its living by providing or delivering ads to keep a balance, a positive balance or a good balance between the quality and the type of the ads that we serve and maintaining our users happy and on board with us. We like to separate or differentiate bad user experience ads into three main pillars. Operational performance, quality, and security. They're all important. They all do have a big effect on the users, but I guess we can all agree that a video or a video ad, which is a little bit longer than 15 seconds, has a less of impact on the user than autoplay sound, which has less of an impact on your brand than a malware which was served by an ad on your site or in your app. Latency. Latency is a big issue in video, regardless to whether it's being served via VAST or VPaid. It occurs everywhere, desktop, mobile, and it does bring a significant challenge. Let's have a quick guess. Who can guess how longer, in average, it takes to serve a video ad than a regular display banner? Throw a number. X times 20 times in average, or 10 times actually, and up to 2 minutes to load a video banner. And you don't have to be 16 years old, impatient, in order to be annoyed by something like that. Everyone in this room, if you would run an application in your mobile phone or a website looking for some information, reading the news, whatever, you would not tolerate waiting 2 minutes for the website to load or the app to do whatever it's supposed to do because a bad ad or a bad serving ad is influencing your experience. As to why does it happen? Well, the game has changed a little bit. Probably most of you already know that. In video, we lost control. Basically, you lost control because your ad servers don't anymore control the ad serving or the bidding. The power is within the client, the player, which runs in the client side, whether it's in the browser or at the device, and the bidding is done there. We basically lost control, and it's significantly more difficult to manage what goes on in there and to control it. On top of that, we have multiple demand partners working, a lot of RTB in video, et cetera, and last but not least, sometimes we also have issues with the CDNs, and with just simply files which are significantly larger than they should be, combined with bad network connectivity, people wait. There is no standard name for this. We call it the aggressive player phenomena. As I already mentioned, the player is basically a piece of software which runs on the client side. And it can do a lot of things. It's code, It can auto-scroll. It can do what we call cloning player. I don't know if you saw that, but it's quite aggressive to the user. And there's auto-resize. Auto-scroll is the most popular out of these three. 0.6% of the video ads we captured in the last 18 months had auto-scroll. That's a lot. And that's just to show you how an auto-resize looks like. Well, autoplay sound, probably the most annoying feature that came to the industry by video ads. Let's try something. I'm a little bit nervous, so I'm going to transfer this responsibility to you. Raise your hand if you serve video ads, please. Okay. Now, leave them up. Now, those of you who never experienced autoplay sound on your site or app, take down your hand. Okay, so more than 50% of you did have something like that, and by what Google is doing and by what everyone else is saying, this is a very, very bad user experience. 4% of the video ads in the market today bring autoplay sound to your users. We hear a lot of partners and a lot of customers say, well, malware, video is too expensive for the bad guys to invest in promoting malware into. But here's a surprise. They are in the business, just like you, to make money. So if they can get, if you're getting higher CPMs for video, they're looking for that also. And we get screwed twice by malware in video. One, because if the user, by mistake, had any kind of anti-malware client on his machine, he'll probably get a notification, and you will get bad publicity. Your brand might get damaged if they publish it on Facebook or Twitter or wherever, that an ad or a malware was served or tried to be served by your app or your site. And then if they don't, and they do get that malware on their machine, then the next time they'll come and see a video banner or any type of ad on your site or in your app, they will be either doing some fraud or getting some ad injected to their machines. Specifically in video, but also in general, it's very difficult to deal with malware because there are multiple entry points where malware can get into your users. Pre-click, post-click, they don't have to have any interaction with the ad in order to get infected. And that's a serious hazard out there. And by the way, for those who think that malware is not happening in video, we already see quite a lot of drive-by downloads in video ads. Drive-by downloads, if you don't know, those are injections of malware which there is no user interaction required. Just by definition, the fact that a video, that ad has been served, a malware is being pushed to the machine in the background. I don't have a lot of time, so I'll make this quick. I had a beer with one of our partners a few months ago at the after party of one of the events we were participating at, and I heard a story. That was the director of policy compliance and quality, and he told me that on a Saturday night, close to midnight, he got a call from his vice president of monetization, which was on a business trip in the other side of the world, screaming at him, simply screaming and saying, he couldn't really realize what it was. And then he understood that what happened is that VP of monetization was demoing their innovation, the application innovation, to some premium publishers at a hotel room. And he was using an iPad to show them the streaming video. And nothing happened. For almost a minute, the player was stuck and nothing was playing there. And then the video came in. And they understood that there was a blank video ad served to that player at that time. And then, he told me it's 11:45 p.m. and I have nothing to do with that information. I mean, I know it's an iPad, I know where in the world, and then what? How do I trace it back? How do I know who served, what creative, what campaign? I have no mechanism to do that, and that was actually the compelling event why they chose to work with us. This is just a partial list of the information you're required to have in order to pinpoint a problem within a video ad delivery. And that's quite a lot of information, and you might need a little bit more than that. So we know, we identified the problem, we agree that it is there. I assume that we agree, although you're quite quiet. How do you limit the risk? First and foremost, you need to keep your teams working on ad quality and compliance updated with the latest and greatest. They need to be taught, and they need to go to learn, and they need to keep their heads up and to know, IAB standards, et cetera, et cetera. This is extremely important. And then, a 24/7 automated mechanism is mandatory. Unfortunately, no human or human team can replace what machines do today in those areas. The ability to scan from different locations, different devices, constantly, your traffic cannot be reproduced by human teams, and that's something that's critical to do. And once you do find out something happens, don't wait. Don't start to think, oh, how much money am I making out of that campaign versus the impact on the users. I mean, it's a slippery slope, and you don't want to go and take that path. Something wrong is happening, block it, contact your demand partner, make sure it doesn't happen again. And that's exactly also where we come in, or companies like us. A third-party solution, assuming you don't have something like that in-house, would provide you exactly with those tools that would enable your teams to focus in what they're good at and manage only when something is wrong, and not be a detection team, but a proactive solution team. Yes, we do. This is the part where I pitch our solution. We do all of this, and we do much more. I have a minute and a half left, so if there are any questions, that's a good time for it. Okay. So the upside is that you all have a break now. You look sad, you look tired. Let's get refreshed. See you in the afternoon.
Thank you, Rotem.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. You guys really had no questions for the guy? Nothing. All right, you'll be able to see him outside and others as we now will take a 10-minute break for refreshments. And then we'll be back in here.
Yeah.
And we'll continue on. Thank you so much. See you in a few minutes.